In the quiet corners of the world, a deep history is etched into the very fabric of the planet. The Earth remembers. In bone, in stone, in frozen soil, it holds the memory of... These were the Megafauna, animals weighing over 45 kilograms, a dynasty that ruled for... And in nearly every chapter of that ending, we find a single common author.
Number 10, the Woolly Mammoth. The icon of the Ice Age, it thrived in the cold steppe tundra that once covered a third of the planet.
Every detail of its anatomy was an adaptation to a world of extreme cold, a masterpiece of Ice Age evolution.
Weighing up to 6 tons, their survival was tied to this environment. As the climate warmed and the glaciers retreated, their world began to vanish.
But climate change was not their only foe. A new, uniquely intelligent predator was expanding its own range. The hunt was a combination of sophisticated strategy, teamwork, and deadly technology.
The evidence is written in their bones. A combination of a changing world and relentless human pressure proved insurmountable. Number 9, the Sabre-Toothed cat. Not a tiger, but a distinct genus of hypercarnivore.
Its defining features were also its greatest specialization. These teeth were not for crushing bone, but for a precise, killing shear.
A bite designed to cause rapid blood loss and shock, enabling it to take down prey much larger than itself.
Its powerful, bear-like build was designed for ambush, pinning enormous prey before delivering the fatal bite.
But its specialization was a vulnerability. Smilodon was dependent on a specific class of prey.
As humans decimated these prey populations, the Smilodon's food chain collapsed. Its evolutionary masterpiece of a weapon had no target.
Starved on a continent it once dominated. A king without a kingdom.
The Glyptodon, an armored fortress of the Cenozoic era. This mega armadillo was protected by a shell over an inch thick.
This remarkable armor was composed of over 1,000 individual bony plates, fused into an impenetrable dome. For millions of years, this defense was nearly perfect, rendering it immune to the continent's predators. But it was not immune to ingenuity. Humans discovered its single weak point, the unarmored underbelly.
It was a contest of brute force, guided by a level of problem-solving this animal had never before encountered.
Archaeological sites confirm they were systematically hunted, their shells sometimes used as shelters. This living tank was simply outthought.
Number 7, the giant moa. In an island ecosystem free of land mammals, birds evolved.
There were 9 species of moa, and for 40 million years they faced no significant predators.
Until around the year 1300, when the first humans arrived.
To them, the moa was a slow, walking larder, an unimaginable bounty of food that had no instinct to flee. The extinction was ruthlessly efficient. Within 200 years of human arrival, all 9 species were wiped out by overhunting. A complete ecological collapse, engineered in just a few generations.
Despite its size and fearsome claws, it was a slow-moving herbivore.
Its immense bulk and slow, predictable movements made it a creature of habit, a placid giant in its forest home.
Its timeline of decline matches the human expansion across the Americas with chilling precision.
For early hunters, its size was a challenge, but its gentle nature and lack of speed made it a target too valuable to ignore. Fossilized footprints in New Mexico show humans stalking a megatherium, a clear snapshot of a prehistoric hunt.
Like so many others, it could not adapt to humanity's unique brand of predation. Number 5, the Haast's eagle.
If the moa was New Zealand's mega herbivore, this was its mega predator. Its attack was a devastating aerial strike, a specialization that made it the undisputed ruler of its ecosystem.
It was a specialist hunter. Its entire existence was linked to its only viable food source, the giant moa. This is a classic case of co-extinction. One life form so dependent on another, their fates are intertwined. When Maori hunters exterminated the moa, they inadvertently starved the eagle. The sky god fell when its earthbound prey vanished.
It survived only in human memory, transformed into myth.
Number 4. The dodo. Perhaps the most famous symbol of extinction. A giant, flightless pigeon, isolated on the island of Mauritius.
Like the moa, the dodo evolved without predators. It had no concept of fear. When sailors first arrived in 1598, they found an animal that would walk right up to them.
The dodo couldn't adapt. Its entire life strategy was rendered obsolete overnight.
In less than a century from its discovery, the dodo was gone. A complete and permanent erasure.
Number 3, the Irish elk. The Irish nor an elk.
This was the antlers were a product of sexual selection, a display of fitness to attract mates. But they came at a tremendous biological cost. Growing them required vast quantities of minerals. When climate change altered the vegetation, these essential nutrients became scarce. This environmental stress was compounded by the arrival of efficient human hunters who found a large, slow-maturing target.
Its greatest evolutionary asset became its fatal liability in a world that was changing too fast.
A lesson in the precarious balance between and over-specialization.
Number 2, the Aurochs, the wild ancestor of all modern domestic cattle. For hundreds of thousands of years,
It was a keystone species, shaping the landscape through its grazing. It was also deeply embedded.
But as human civilization expanded, the Aurochs' world shrank.
forests were cleared for farmland. It was hunted for sport and to protect livestock, with whom it also competed for food and transmitted diseases.
The last known individual, a female, died in 1627.
And finally, number 1, the Steller sea cow. A story not of prehistoric decline, but of modern, methodical annihilation.
Discovered by European explorers in 1741 in the shallow waters around the Commander Islands, it was a member of the
It was tame, slow, and unable to fully submerge. To the sailors, it was an easy and abundant source of fresh meat. Naturalist Georg Steller, who first described them, noted their incredible social bonds. When one was harpooned, others would try to save it. The hunting was relentless. Fur trading expeditions swarmed the islands, stocking their larders with sea cow meat.
1768, just 27 years after it was first described by science, the last Steller sea cow was killed.
10 stories, 10 giants, each a unique thread in the tapestry of life, cut short by the same hand.
They are not cautionary tales from a distant past. They are blueprints, the same forces.
Patterns are identical. The timeline is merely compressed.
The giants of our own time are walking the same path. Their numbers dwindle, their ranges shrink.
The Earth remembers. The question is, will we?
Lights go out on another chapter of life. The silence that follows is a choice.